So let me go to Luke Stratmann. Luke Stratmann is one of the Metro managers at Robert Half. And Luke, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me on, Dan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Luke, I was really struck by a study that I saw, or a survey you guys did, and you put it down in writing. And the first thing that jumped out at me was 55% of workers negotiated pay with their last job offer. And, you know, there was a day, there was a lot of days, how about 8 years, nine years, where you were just thankful to get an interview, let alone, am I going to negotiate salary or not? And then I read on, and there was a 16% jump in this for 2000 compared to 2018. Tell me about some of those things that you guys, and were you guys surprised by this?
Oh, absolutely, Dan. I think so. I think it really speaks to, you know, sort of in workforce confidence that we have. I mean, and to see a tremendous jump, as you just cited there, 16 points in a period of 1 year.
Wow.
Really, I think says a lot about what's going on in the labor market these days. Job seekers with specialized skill sets are in extremely high demand. We have just in the most recent labor report, job openings are at an absolute all-time high. And I just think there's a lot of buzz and confidence going on in the workforce right now, and people want to take the opportunity to maximize the potential outcomes for themselves.
Yeah, it is amazing when we see, and this is what I've been talking about for the last couple of years, is people say, well, you know, how is this economy going to impact me? How is this, or how are these tax benefits going to impact me, the average Joe, or, you know, a guy that's just graduated from college or whatever? And, you know, we see it yesterday in the job openings number, 7.3 million. That's ridiculous. I mean, when you think about, we don't have anything even close to that of people unemployed, and we have 7.3 million jobs. That's up from 6.9, and we've got people now taking, which is very wise, taking advantage of this job openings report in a sense, and are saying, look, you know, I want to do the best I can for myself. And employers, I guess, saying, you know this, Luke, saying, you know, we kind of have to be willing to negotiate, don't they?
Absolutely. They say, I understand. I get it. I mean, really, now is the time to seize the moment, right?
Yeah.
And something else that we found in our study was that 70% of managers don't expect candidates to take that initial salary offer. To the point you referenced earlier, which was a great point, when a hiring manager made an offer 10, 20 years ago, they absolutely expected that offer to be accepted. And now I think that 70% of managers expecting a candidate to engage in some level of negotiation, whether it be salary or compensation that expands into the realm of benefits or other types of perks that they could take advantage of. Managers are open to having that be a discussion and, you know, in a productive, constructive way. They're not going to be offended if you come to them with reasonably cited statistics and just sort of try to maximize, again, seize the opportunity, maximize the opportunity that exists in our current marketplace. Yeah,
that's amazing. And how many, and you guys, Robert Half, you guys are talking to how many managers a year? I mean, throughout the country and employers?
Countless. We have nearly 400 offices around the world, and we've been in business for over 70 years. So, yeah, we're an established company in the industry, and I couldn't even begin to sort of give you an understanding. But, yeah, thousands, tens of thousands.
And I say that because I want to give an understanding to our viewers and listeners that you know, you're talking to so many people as an organization around the world on a regular basis, and this isn't this is not a one-off. This is not some kind of anomaly that is going on. This is I would consider this a trend, and a trend like this is a very good thing for workers. And I want to ask you about college graduates. I know they struggled for a few years there, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16. And how is this? I mean, this has to be giving great opportunity to these college graduates graduating with some great skills.
Well, absolutely, and I think the survey even speaks to that a little bit, right? I mean, if you dive deeper into, what percentage of sort of, if you categorize it by age group, people that are graduating have a higher probability to ask for higher compensation, right? So, professionals ages 18 to 34, which sort of, touches in the realm that you were referencing there, 65% of that age group and population are going to be attempting to negotiate a higher compensation. And so that's above that 55% as a whole. And so I think that, companies are more willing to train than just expect the skill set on demand, which helps our young professionals and younger graduates and or people, of any age really, that have an interest in getting into a particular role or company. I think that, clients and candidates and companies, everybody is trying to be a little bit more flexible with one another because there are so many openings, and these companies have business objectives to execute upon.
So I think we're safe in saying, and I know you said this just a minute ago, that it's time to seize the moment. And if you're a person looking to make a move or change in your status, work status, don't sit on it. Don't wait on it. I mean, this is the time to be thinking about that, isn't it?
You should engage. Absolutely engage. I mean, you're the most valuable in a long time, that skill sets and employees, employers are really looking to take advantage of their opportunity as well. So let's all do this together, right? Not only the businesses looking to engage in this awesome economy and this period in time, but also employees. And so let's do this thing together.
And if you're a person out there in that place, they can contact roberthalf.com, right? At roberthalf.com, and contact one of the offices near them and see what's available and see what the opportunities are like.
Absolutely. We've been putting together an annual salary guide that cites trends in different marketplaces, and so there's sort of a multiplier that allows you to get a really, honed in sense of your skill set and sort of the average market values for that skill set wherever you may be across this great country. We have a location there more than likely. We have a salary guide, and we're happy to help, engage in a discussion that gives you the type of information and confidence that you need, whether you're, doing it through us as Robert Half or even just as, yourself. We want to make sure that you have the information to best position yourself to engage in a confident conversation and hopefully yield everybody involved in that conversation the best outcome.
And it's a great place, folks, to go to get some counseling, to get a little bit of help. We all need this when we're searching for a job. It's a very good habit to get into, dealing with professionals. This is an organization been around since 1948. They've been around the horn a little bit through every economy imaginable, and it's great to just make a contact there and see what's available and try to glean some of the wisdom from some of the folks like Luke, like we're talking to get some great information. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, knowledge is power, and we're happy to arm you with the knowledge that you need to maximize this opportunity and seize the moment, because it's a tremendous, workplace environment right now, and there's a lot of opportunity out there to be had.
And Luke, you personally, how many times, in a little bit of time here, how many times has somebody come to you, you've sat with somebody, maybe it's a person in their mid-40s looking to make a change, or somebody, a young professional out of college, and you've sat and they've told you what they're trying to do, and you've said, that's great, we want to help you, but have you ever thought of, and have given that additional content.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah,
All the time,
yeah.
Dan. As a matter of fact, I mean, I'm 16 years in this industry, and I have people that I've started talking to 16 years ago that I still touch base with, and we continue that relationship.
Yeah.
So it's not, many times it's not a singular discussion and conversation that comes and goes. It's, a partnership and a relationship that, we forge in the beginning, and it carries forth throughout their career. As the dynamics within industries and, their life and their skill set changes. I mean, we're always wanting to stay in touch with people, and as things change, help them best position themselves for success.
Yeah, that's great. And that's why I pointed that out, because it's so important. Oftentimes we pigeonhole ourselves, and we don't need to do that. And speaking to somebody like you can really help in that regard. Luke, I want to thank you for being on, and I would love to be able to stay in touch with you. You know this business, you know what's going on there. I know you're going to be a help to our listeners as things change and develop. You let me know, and we'll get in touch and talk again so that we can reach out and try to help our listeners and give them some great information.
Dan, that sounds great. And I'd like to, commend you for sort of highlighting this topic of conversation and, really encouraging your listeners to engage and giving them the information they need to better position themselves to maximize the opportunity for themselves and their families and the communities that they live within. Because I think it's really important right now.
Yeah, it sure is, Luke. And, man, I appreciate you emphasizing that. I hope you have a wonderful day. Luke Stratmann, Metro Marketing Manager for Robert Half, and you go to roberthalf.com, and get some more information, get their phone number to an office near you. Thank you, Luke. Sure do appreciate it. God bless. Have a good day.
You're welcome, Dan. Thank you.
Yep.
You as well.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.